Hi everyone, my name is Marissa and thanks for joining me today. I made this fun gift box for you, and this box would actually house a small hand cream, and I managed to sneak in some chocolate in there. Alright, so let's begin. We first begin with a 12 by 12 paper cardstock, and this is the design that I got. I believe this is just a Recollection brands from Michaels, and I'm gonna cut it into 10 and a half. So it's going to be 10 and a half by 12. So now let's begin with the scoring. The first score line we're going to have is at 2.5, and then 5 inches, and then 7.5. You can tell it's just by the quarters, right? And then by 10. Right, so for the side ones, for the flaps, we're going to begin by scoring in 3.5, and then 2.5, and then at 1 inch. That's gonna be the actual flapping closing in there. And then into the other side, 3.5, the same thing, 2.5, and then at 1 inch. So now all the scoring for this box is done. All we need to do now is to actually cut the sides. I was thinking of actually marking it, but then again I realized that it's just gonna be confusing, so just maybe follow along in how I cut this in. So whatever you do on the other side, you must remember you gotta do on the left side. So if you're doing your left side first, do it to the right side, or vice versa. But this is how it's done. And those little guys that I'm cutting in there, that's the ones that you don't need, because you just need the middle one in there, and that's going to be the flap. And for your flaps, if you have a corner rounder, that would be better if you use that, because it would just give you a much nicer finish, like a smoother finish. So in here you're gonna see that I'm actually cutting wedges, small slivers, into the sides of my flaps, because I find that it actually just makes it better to close the box and makes it like close smoother, not too tight at all. So again, like I said, what you did on the other side, you gotta do on the left side. So depending on where you're looking at it from, which one is left, which one is right. And then again, don't forget your slivers. Okay, and then again on the other side. And that is all the cutting that you need to do. Now I know there's a lot of die cuts in there that has boxes, like pre-made die cuts for you to choose from and stuff. But you know what, those are really expensive, and I am a crafting budget right now, and I was like, I can't, so I'll manage to make my own, and this is what I came up with. So yeah, the only adhesive I actually used for this one is just this plain double-sided one, and that's just for the sides. I mean, I just put in hand creams in there, and it was holding it perfectly fine. I didn't need any more adhesive at the bottom. But of course, if you're gonna put something a lot more heavier than that into the inside, like a perfume or something, then of course you're gonna wanna tape that in. But me, it was just a hand cream, it was fine, so that's the only adhesive I used. Alright, so now I am ready to actually glue in the sides, like tape it in. I'm gonna remove the backing from my double-sided in here, if I can do it. There you go. And now I'm just ready to attach it over to the other side. And now you can see that it is an actual box now. Isn't that cool? Right on. So yeah, just fold that over. That's gonna be the flap. And you remember when I was saying that it's better if you actually use a corner rounder? This is when you use it. See, I even had a mistake in there. I thought I forgot I had it actually. So there you go, I remembered. So now, yeah, that's just seals it up. And then voila, you have a box. Now for the name tags in there. How we're gonna do it is we're actually gonna wrap it around the flap there, the cover. And now I am going to make the name tag for the recipient. And what this is a die cut from Mama Elephant from their Gable Box collection. And I picked this one because it's nice and neat looking, like a tag. And I'm going to use my oblique pen with this one. And the Finetech collection. I was always wanting to get that Finetech gold one, but Simon Says always has it out of stock, and I can't. This is the only one that's there, and they have the copper gold in there, so you know what? I'll settle for that. I'll try it. And of course, this time I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, the pink or the silver. And I ended up using the pink one, of course. Always the pink. I don't know why. I like pink. So yeah, how you use this is you actually wet it with water with brush. And since I am going to be using my oblique pen for this, I'm gonna need something to wipe the ink into the nib. So this is what I'm using. Just making sure that it's actually wet because it takes a while. It becomes very creamy, so depends on how runny you want it. In here, by this time, I actually, which is good because I remembered to actually get a scrap piece of paper and test it first. Because look at that big blob that came out. That's not good. So now I'm ready to actually write down on my die cut in here. And I'm gonna write down my daughter's name. Astrid. That's Astrid. And this is on real time. I didn't want to speed this one up because I wanted you to see like how long. And you have to be careful when actually writing it down first. You have to take your time. You can't just actually wing it and just write it like that. Especially me, I'm just learning. I find that if I take my time, I would actually have better results with my lettering. So there you go. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of embellishment in there. Well, not really embellishment, but the floral. There you go. See how nice and shimmery that is? It's excellent with black paper. Okay, so I'm gonna put together the tags that are gonna be hanging on top of my box, and I'm just using one of the stamps from Mama Elephant, and it just says for you and from me, for you from me. And I'm going to use a tone-on-tone inking in here. So I have a pink paper, and I'm gonna get my like sort of pink but mauve color ink. And yeah, I'm just gonna stamp this one all over, and then later I'm gonna die cut this into a tag as well. And this tag is from Michaels. I think this is just a Recollection brand. I just grabbed a small tag that I can find in here, and yeah, there you go. And I am ready to put them all together now. I'm just checking where my top is. There you go. That's where it is. And I am going to snip a little bit on there because it was a bit tight even though I had my corner jumper in here. But here you go. This string, this Lawn Fawn, I forgot the name of this one, but this is a Lawn Fawn string in here. I like the color. It matches the box. And before I forget, I actually need to write in my name so the recipient knows who it came from. So this one, the stamp set is from Lawn Fawn, and it says from the craft room of, and then I'm just gonna write my name in there very quickly. So how I wanted to do it is to tie it on the actual top flap of the box because I didn't want the recipient to actually want to untie the the bow first, the string. They should just be able to lift it up and the box would open. There you go, that's ready. And now all I need to do is to tape this name tag. See, I was wondering where I should be putting it, but I decided to go in the middle. And for this, I'm going to use my Xyron sticker maker. And you'll see in here that I was just about done. my sticker, I need to refill this one. And yeah, this Siron sticker maker is actually nice, except for it wastes a lot of sticker in there because you can't see in between. But anyways, it does the job, so that's good. And now I'm just gonna adhere this right into the middle, just making sure I know where the opening is. So there you go. That's the box that would house a hand cream and a chocolate inside. Alright, thanks you guys for watching and have a great day.